It's a 3-threat comp, and will be doing a lot of damage in the later stages. And against decently low range, I know Varus has a lot of range himself, but outside of that, everyone else is up close and personal. So not too bad. Also with a cheeky longsword for a few extra stats in comparison to Taeun, but he's already picked up 10 stacks on his cult, and so getting closer and closer to that payout. As Kanavi here towards the top lane, Kingen could be in trouble as he is pushed very far up. Zeus now dives on in. Zeus going down relatively low, but the flash from Kanavi will get the return flash out of Kingen as well. He's in the mist, but Gwen this time is not immune, and that is first blood over to Kanavi once again.
Now, if Scout had level 6, this could be a little bit scary. He's still going to come over.
Yeah. He's going to be the one that walks over a ward, but Sponge is just blocking off the retreat here. And remember, Gumayusi does not have his flash available. There's the flag and drag, and the flick back onto 2. Scout locks down the kill, and man, I mean, asking the question of what Nongshim had for breakfast is pretty obvious. It's probably ramen, but oh my goodness, it must have been good.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of products, and a lot of the staff is eating it here every day.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, it smells really nice. I'm a little bit jealous. Zeka is going to Realm Warp.
All right, let's see whether HLE can make the play work themselves, as they will be able to grab a plate, and Kingen is just dead. No flash, no chance.
That Realm Warp, and Zeus did not have to commit his ultimate there on the top side, and they will also get the Dragon in answer on the bottom side, so winning on both sides here. So Hanwha Life Esports taking a significant gold lead off of that turnaround.
Sponge moves his way over. That is going to mean that Nongshim are going to be A-OK. Kanavi not quite able to find an angle here, as Delight moving towards the mid lane does have that Glacial Fissure up and available.
Double control word. Well. Got to work on that communication as Kanavi.
Lehens finds himself behind enemy lines, but also in a very uncomfortable position. It's a great Cataclysm, though, as there's the ulti in from Zeus to spell the end of that Nautilus. Kanavi will go down, but it's already a one fight here for HLE as Kingen trying to do what he can, but it's a double for Zeka. And it's now 2-5, HLE securing a big lead. As HLE, one grub did go over to Nongshim, but it looks like the other two will belong to HLE after getting themselves the first Drake as well. So a Cloud already done. It's under a minute until we have this Chemtech Dragon coming up. And HLE, if they can get themselves into a position where they have that double Dragon, that extra Dragon control, it's something that Wadid was talking about on the space, was a bit sloppy from HLE in game number 1. Not really a dive available, but here's the Cataclysm as Zeus gonna look to go 1v2, finds a public execution as he does put Kingen into the sky, but he's now looking to try and dash his way out, not exactly finding it here, as there's the Flag and Dragon, down will go the Ambessa. A well-needed kill here for Kingen towards that top side of the map. Now actually has a gold lead.
Can they deny Dragon? I just don't think so, though, and this does help Kingen a little bit. Obviously getting his second kill of the game here, grabbing some plate gold, this is gonna be huge for the Gwen, but it's Ocean Soul here for Hanwha Life Esports, but they bought themselves
kills. Then she really is kind of a dead weight. And so feeling better about that one. I think understanding where they need to be putting their attention is, speaking of attention, HLE throws theirs towards the bottom side of the map as now Lehens in a lot of trouble and will just be popped like a balloon. Down goes the Big Daddy. It's a second death here for Lehens.
A lot of commitment to resources that, like, I guess Lehens wasn't accounting for. But either way, kind of a bit of an overstep there.
All right, 2v2 here towards the top side of the map as Sponge keeping his presence unknown for as long as he can. Kingen down to 50%, but there's Kanavi making his way forward. Great knockup as Kanavi is so close to dead. He'll be taken down first, and Zeus, not long for the world either. Zeka is going to show up, and meanwhile here towards the bottom side, it's Gumayusi being knocked up into the sky. Taeun trying to take him down and will be able to get him here as Delight able to assist the kill there towards Lehens, who does fall for the third time, but
I think this is just their
fight for this. Weaver's Wall does come on through, but
it's like Scout's telling his teammates don't contest.
Yeah, this is a very weird situation here as they do take the Rift Herald. So now not a lot more to fight for, but there is the flick back onto Delight. Down to 50% as Kanavi makes his way in, obviously. Flag and Drag knocks him towards the sky. His Chains of Corruption, oh, just barely outranged by Lehens there. And HLE will just be able to walk their way out after collecting their prize.
Kanavi is just so terrifying. He could go in at any time.
He could.
And they end up getting the win on that one. Nongshim are going to try to take this Dragon in return.
That's another seismic shove connecting here as the door does a lot of work, but just not enough to keep him alive. Kill goes over to Taeun there at the same time, so that is more money into the hands of the Yunara.
So they get the Dragon, they get the kill. will lose some plates here in mid, so Zeka's been a factor of that, but really strong turnaround for Nongshim after what happened there on the top side, and to have some jungle assist makes a lot of sense, and then he hits that second item and he is going to be a real threat in the side lane, more than he is now. Taeyun kind of alone here.
Yeah, there's the flash forward from Delight. Misses the ulti though as Taeyun's able to get himself out of there mostly. Zeka flashes on top of him though to take down the Yunara, but now he's in an awkward spot. Scout now the one in trouble as the blast going to get Zeka to safety as Kingen looks to make his way in. Needlework to start it off, and down goes the Rise as Gumayusi now having to deal with Kingen, and the Needlework from downtown collects this Varus. Now Nongshim with a man advantage, but Sponge looking a little worse for wear as Lahens makes his way forward. Kingen is 1 versus 3, but I think he likes that one as down goes the Braum, and Kanavi follows. Sponge happy to die here because that is an ace for Nongshim.
I would love to see the damage stats after that fight between Scout and Kingen, just hitting everybody. It's stacked up on top of each other. A decisive team fight win. And a bit of a messy one from Hanwha Life Esports, you know, like on one hand, it's like Taeyun forced Zeka to go that deep, but Zeka could have also just been like, all right, well that AD carry isn't going to do anything, so let's kind of refocus. A very difficult fight to enter for Hanwha Life Esports.
Yeah, Scout, you can see, moving towards Zeus, and does actually clip him there with the seismic shove down to 50%. Kingen moving forward, this turret is very dead, but Kingen may be dead as well. Never mind, going to be flashing to get himself out of the way. The Needlework to try and keep him healthy. Zeus should be going down as well. Finally he's taken out, as now Taeyun is the target. Kanavi gets on top of him, but it's not quite enough, as now the Realm Warp comes in, but Taeyun is just dancing around the fight. Delight goes down. Lahens is dead as well. Zeka and Gumayusi still up and available, as mid laners and AD carries both left standing.
Close the gap. Zeka cannot do enough damage, and they're still going to reset here and get the faster take on the Dragon, so the end result is the same despite an even trade of kills there. They take the second Dragon, see almost everything except...
Yeah, Kingen possibly discovered here as Zeus and Zeka are going to try and hold him in position. Let's see whether Kingen can get this one done. Remember, he has an arm guard, and Zeka is almost just straight up dead. Public execution comes on through, and Kingen does go golden. Now the fight on the other side of the rift with the man advantage for Nongshim. They get the double knockups with that ulti out of Lahens, as Scout will show up. They take down Sponge though, and Kanavi taking so much damage. And he will finally fall down. 2 for 1, the trade in favor of HLE.
Drop the Baron aggro, they let it reset. I think is the wise call. I don't think Zeka has his actualizer just yet, but he might in this fight. It would be huge if he did.
Oh, Kingen looking for a wraparound. There's the engage from Lahens. Cataclysm through from Sponge. They're looking for Gumayusi, but he gets the relative safe. Never mind. Kingen gets on top of him, diving in towards that backline, and will be able to eviscerate this Varus. And Kanavi falls as well. Zeka not enough that he can do, and the Weaver's Wall is going to come through to take him out. That is going to be another threaded volley, a big old rock to the back of the noggin, and down will go the Rise. And now Nongshim should be able to take this Baron.
It looks like Nongshim is poised to take this series. There's no actualizer in Zeka's inventory. He cannot alone 1v9 this team fight, essentially. I mean, the copium for Hanwha fans is like, you've got to Rise, you've got a lot of wave clear. Maybe somehow you can just hang on here. It's still a 2 Drake apiece game. That 2 minutes left on the Baron, though, is going to feel so oppressive. They still have this Gwen.
Oh, God. And look at Scout's items, man. He's got a Rabadon's completed.
He got the Rabadons. Still no actualizer for Zeka. This is going to be a free Dragon, but I think if you're Hanwha, you're like, yeah, I mean, you take it. As long as you're not killing my Nexus right now, that Baron timer is going to get smaller. That's the best we can hope for.
5 and 5. Gorgeous. But hasn't actually happened just yet. We'll just have to see whether Nongshim can cleanly close this one out.
Let's see, they got 40 seconds left. Zeus is kind of knocking on the, Kingen is knocking on the front door here.
Yeah, Kanavi goes in, looks for a bit of an angle here. The old full item build, but does now have another slot considering the quest. As Scout, will he be able to get the shove? He does manage to find it there under the light, but he puts up the door. Not exactly the optimal target, but still, even with the door there, still takes half of his health bar. And you can see the darkness that you were talking about, Wolf. Lahens really hates that minion as he gets the knockup on to Zeka. Man, thrown around like a ragdoll, but does go golden in time. Chains of Corruption are there to try and make this one happen, but Kingen gets into the backline, and Scout down so incredibly low, but he just goes gold and keeps himself alive. It's only Zeus left standing, and Nongshim are about about to do the unthinkable. A 2-0 over Hanwha Life Esports here to put Baron within one game from Elder Group here for the LCK Cup.
The unthinkable, the biggest upset of the tournament here in week 1. Nongshim dismantling HLE in game 2, and game 1 showcasing a completely different resilience.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.